I changed my mind on Ripple, on XRP. I'm new to the Ripple nipple, and I've been such a fool. I missed out on this crazy juggernaut of a gem. And in this video, I'm going to explain to you the 3 reasons that convinced me on why I need to change my mind on XRP and why probably you should as well. Look, my name is Aaron. If you're new to this channel, I am on a journey to my next Bitcoin. I'm just a lizard brain cowboy. I'm not your financial advisor. But if you want to roll with me and a whole bunch of other cowboys that are just talking about cryptocurrency, that are real, that are not botted, join the Saloon. That's the Discord channel. Links in down below. You could hit subscribe also. Give me a like on this video if you're feeling pretty generous. But I want to give a quick shout out to Half Court. He's one of the high rollers in the High Rollers Club that passed this gem along to me. I'm like, I've never really paid much attention to Ripple. I didn't really care, but he gave me all this information, and it was in a good community, people I trust. And so this is just an extension, an invite to you. Check out the links down below for the Discord. Anyway, with Ripple, I want to explain to you, like, I heard about XRP, I heard about Ripple, and I never really paid much attention. I knew there was a lawsuit going on. They were probably in trouble. I didn't even know what it was about, but when it was presented, or the overwhelming information that was presented to me by Half Court, I had to reassess my position, either change my mind, and what I found shocked me, especially number 2 and 3 of these things. So here there are 3 things, but before I get to that, I need to give a quick synopsis of what Ripple is. Okay, Ripple. Okay, currently it's sitting at 37 cents right now. Some of the reasons why I like it, just off the bat, it seems pretty low right now. Compared to its all-time highs, so that's a good time to buy. Comparatively, here's the year to date, here's the year and the last year, so obviously it's low. Everything else in the market's low, and this just seems one of those gems that we should be getting into to position for the bull run. Okay, I was a child of the spring, child of the summer. I'm freezing in this winter frigidness, and so I need to best position myself along with you with the best coins, the juggernauts here. And here are the 3 reasons. Number 1 is the utility. Okay, that's the number 1 reason why I absolutely have changed my mind and love Ripple, and I think I need to look into it, and I'm gonna buy it. Okay, I'm gonna buy Ripple. And what Ripple is basically the financial network for financial institutions. Okay, it's how banks, payment processors, commercials, that's how they send and receive money to each other. Okay, now we could think about adoption in this way. Like, adoption is when as many people start to use something as possible. Like blockchain, the adoption will grow up later. But we have not just adoption of regular people, but of banks. Okay, so this is the banking institution's preferred way to send and receive money. Here's a quick report by AWS saying, joining RippleNet, banks, payment processors, exchanges, and corporates can address many commercial use cases, including e-invoicing, international supply chain payments, global currency account, real-time cash pooling, international bill pay, and real-time remittances, and international peer-to-peer payments. Meaning this is all instantaneous. This is cheaper. They could invoice, they could they could payments, they could pay bills. It doesn't matter. Just wherever they need to move money, they can do that. Financial institutions can do that, and it won't take days. It won't take a long time. There's no delay. There's very low fees to it. So that might be one of my top reasons why banks are using it. And here's what they're saying about this, right? We believe that the technology has the potential to not only deliver real-time international payments, but also improve security and efficiency for our payment systems. So this is an important piece of work. This is the National Australia Bank. They've used it, they are using it, and they are using it with their partners. So there's a large network at work here. So that leads us to our second point. Our first point was the utility of it. Our second point is who's using this utility. I've already mentioned it. It's the banks. It's the financial institutions. It's the major players of the world. It's not like the small fish like you and me, okay, unless you're a bank. It is the major players of the world. Here's a list of, okay, what they do is they provide a bank on-demand liquidity. Actually, how it works is that they settle it before it even settles on the cash end on the back end, which is fantastic. But you could see here just all the partners that Ripple is using: American Express, MoneyGram, PNC, Interbank. Like they go down the list: Bank of America, SBI Holdings. So they're with a lot of people, and whenever they announce that they've got a new partnership, that price just spikes up. I mean, it might be considered pumping them because you sell the news, but they are constantly coming out with new and huge like international financial institutions. Here's a list of all of maybe not all on exhaustive list, but this was in like 2019, and look, they've got 160 plus institutions here. And it spans at least 55 different countries: USA, Sri Lanka, India, Spain, UK, Singapore, Brazil, Kuwait, Japan, Thailand, and it goes on. Okay, I think by last count, I saw a video that it said it had over 1,300 partners recently. 1,300 partners, not just people. Okay, these are financial institutions. If we were talking about a juggernaut, in the system, in the space of payment processing, of international transferal of payments and money, it doesn't get any bigger than XRP, than Ripple. And I have no idea why I totally missed the boat on this, but I did, and I'm changing my mind. Now, number 3, this point really shocks me. Okay, let me talk about setting this up. For me, my only exposure to Ripple was like, oh yeah, they have like some lawsuit or some filing or something against the SEC. They're investigating, and I don't really want any piece of that. Now, this was a mistake on my end. I was a lizard brain about it. I have to be a big brain about it. And basically what it was is that the SEC is investigating on trying to decide whether or not Ripple is considered a security or possibly a commodity. Okay. This is big because this wasn't just some like shady business deal. This wasn't any of that. I didn't do my research. I just kind of heard, but I wish I did. Half Court brought this to my attention, but that Ripple is essentially going to bat up against the SEC, Securities and Exchange Commission, for the whole crypto industry. Okay, this seems to set precedents. The outcome of this call will seem to set precedents for the rest of all cryptocurrencies everywhere. Okay, and the reason for that is like the SEC is wanting to know, hey, was this something that was these coins were handed out? Was this something that we should have been regulating that's not? That people own a lot and that's going to dump the market or whatever? And I don't want to get into the details of it. Honestly, there are probably much better videos to watch. This is just my kind of lizard brain thinking. But here's what really shocked me, okay? And it was the research, right? That I want to introduce you to this man, okay? William Hinman, okay? Looks like a handsome looking guy. He was the director of the Division of Corporation of Finance in the SEC till December 2020. Now, why is this individual important? Well, he ruled this. He ruled that Ethereum, okay, Ethereum, let me see. He said, based on my understanding of present state of Ether, the Ethereum network and its decentralized structure, current offers and sales of Ether are not securities transactions. Okay, why is that important? Okay, why is that important? Is because, let me see if I could bring that up here. Let me highlight this thing. Not securities transactions. They're not regulated like this. Okay, this is important. Why is this important? Because it's they say Bitcoin and Ethereum are not securities. So I think I would agree with that. But he doesn't believe, or at least he hasn't made that call for XRP. Why did he make that call for Ethereum? Well, probably because he's making a lot of money, okay? Former SEC chief William Hinman has a relationship with Enterprise Ethereum Alliance, okay? So the Ethereum Alliance, people who make money off of Ethereum, he was a former employee of them, okay? He made his company, that company made millions of dollars, and he was getting paid out from it. Now, this article does a good job of investigating it. It says this law firm of Simpson, Thatcher, and Bartlett is a member of the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance, a group that supports Ethereum projects. Hinman returned to the entity after his time at the SEC, serving as a senior advisor. So he was before he was before them, and then he went to the SEC. He ruled that Ethereum was, was safe, and they made a lot of money. And now essentially this article is accusing him of getting paid out from there, that he made this call to protect Ethereum and its allies. But that's why Ripple is kind of angry at them. Okay, so I thought that was really shocking, really interesting. I think that's quite telling of of how people can manipulate this place. But here's Ripple and his address to this whole SEC stuff. This is an old clip, but I thought this was still good. And this is the CEO of Ripple talking exactly about their interactions with the SEC and how he feels pretty confident.
Overall, let's talk regulation, because Ripple is unique in certain ways in that you kind of control the amount of XRP that's out there and decide when it can be issued, and actually the SEC took issue with that, so to speak, in that you might be more like a security than a currency, and that's still pending. So just talk in general about all regulation and how it might affect you and Ripple even differently than it would affect Bitcoin.
Well, I think what you're getting at the core really is, in the United States, there has been a lack of regulatory clarity. This is something I've been talking about even on CNBC for about 2+ years. In other countries, you have seen in the UK, Japan, Switzerland, Singapore, I mean, these are G20 markets where they have invested the time and energy either through legislation or rulemaking to provide that clarity and that certainty. And that allows investors to participate, that allows entrepreneurs to build, that allows people to build companies that make the CNBC disruptor list. So here in the United States, we haven't had that clarity. I think, just to correct something you said, Ripple actually doesn't control XRP. XRP is an open source technology, very analogous to Bitcoin. In contrast, XRP is very efficient in terms of speed of transaction. It is a carbon neutral blockchain. So these are all examples of it being more efficient, but all of the XRP that has ever been created has already been created. So it's a zero inflation dynamic. But the core of what you're talking about around regulation, I think, is what we're experiencing here in the US with the SEC. The SEC is making the assertion that these are investment contracts, that Ripple's sales of XRP to our customers is actually an investment contract. And a security is something where when you buy it, you own part of a company. You have a right to the profits. You can vote on the board of directors of that company. All of those things that are certainly CNBC covers in depth. That isn't true with XRP. If you buy XRP, you don't have ownership of Ripple. And I mean, ironically, you actually have XRP owners who have tried to sue the SEC for even bringing the case.
Brad, what's the total number? It's billions, obviously, and you do have a lot that hasn't been mined yet and can control when some of it is mined. That's correct, is it not?
No, that's not right. The way XRP works is fundamentally different than the mining contract, the way you're describing it. So proof of work is the mining. That's how Bitcoin works. That's how Ether has it worked, and it's kind of migrating to proof of stake. The XRP ledger uses something called consensus algorithm. And so all of the XRP ever created is 100 billion units. Ripple owns a lot. And so that's on kind of our treasury, and we can control how we sell it to customers. But there's no more XRP that can be created.
All right. And so he's going on record and saying, like, hey, we feel very confident with this interaction with the SEC. That's going to be good. When we come out of this, there's going to be regulatory clarification for a lot of investors like themselves, and especially banks and institutions. And I think that this is the third point, that they are going to win, that they are going to come out of this thing as not a security, but they're going to come out of this, with a lot of regulation clarity, however it shakes out anyway. Anyway, those are 3 reasons why I'm into XRP, why I'm buying into it. Probably going to wait for it a little bit lower. I tend to think that the whole market as a whole is kind of on a downward trend, but that's just my lizard brain opinion. But number 1, it's the utility. Number 2, it's the partnerships, the hundreds and maybe thousands of partnerships that they have. And number 3, that I think they're going to win, and it's going to be a good thing for crypto everywhere. Thanks guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video.